Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 9 of Forgecraft, where I found a slime island because that's a thing that exists now. Hooray! It's not too far from my base, as you can see. I'm here and my base is, I don't even know where. Here, where like everybody decided that they're living right by me. Latvian modders living on me, and my green phlegm, and Alex, all right by. And let's not forget Soren, right? Buddy Soren decided that's where he wants to live, and there's all my deaths. Right, so let's slash home it up. Woo! Back to home. I went and got slime because that's what I wanted. I wanted slime and I got slime, and that's the end of the story. I totally didn't kill any kind of ice and fire creature that was luring me into the depths of water. That didn't happen at all, for sure. And now what I want to get is this. Is this super glue, right? Because we want to play with today. I wanted to look at, and I need like an iron plate and an iron nugget. But I wanted to look at, if I could be so kind as to look at, oh, what's that? A zinc nugget. That's not what I need. I need an iron nugget. Some super glue. Some super glue. All right, we'll get a couple of these. Yeah, maybe get like 2 or 3 of them. Right? That wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't know how much we're going to need. We're going to find out. Hopefully not a terribly large amount. But we'll find out. We'll see. We'll see. All right, so super glue apparently makes it so that the blocks can rotate. Now, I kind of forget. Where was Shy's base? Can I go back out there and see it again? I think Shy was out here, right? Can I just teleport out there? Nope. Oh, yeah, apparently I can. Apparently I can. So let's go look at this again. All the admin cheats, right? So there's a mechanical bearing, right? That's something we're going to need. Mechanical bearing. That's absolutely a thing we're going to need. And then I guess you put a block in front of it, and you connect all the blocks with super glue. And when the super glue is in your hand, shouldn't I be seeing this? All right, with the lever off, I can see the super glues. Yes, right? So when the super glue's in your hand, you can see the super glueness, right? So you put a block on the mechanical bearing, then you build out your windmill, and then you give your mechanical bearing a redstone signal, and it'll start spinning. And that is super cool. So basically, I mean, are we going to build a cobblestone windmill? I don't want to say yes, but I don't want to say no. My suspicion is that you can build it with any material you want. And my other suspicion is that I don't know, like, if the material makes an effect on the rotational energy or, like, what any of that does. But we're going to lab this out a little bit today, and we're going to experiment. Does that sound cool? We're going to experiment. So now that I'm back home, let's take a look at the mechanical bearing. So that doesn't look terrible. We need a turntable, so that all looks doable. Okay. All the things. So you need to have a slab of some sort. Do I not have any slabs left? I might not, so that's fine. Sweet. So that's the mechanical bearing, and that's all there is to it. And then, you know, I should have looked at it. Let's go back out there. Holy cow, that is I like that. Whee! After that, what's inside there, right? So right behind the mechanical bearing, is it just like straight up that rod thing? She closed the door, but I'm pretty sure it's just shafts right behind it. So that's all there is to it. Alright, so back into survival mode. So what if we wanted all the power to come down, like, somewhere around here-ish? Right? So why don't I turn off precision mode, and we'll just kind of dig our way straight up. And that sounds cool. A bug I never fixed with building gadgets. The particles act a little funny if your look vector is straight up. I mean, that wasn't so bad because it wasn't straight up. But like, look at it, like if it's straight up, the particles act a little funny. They clump into the middle of your screen. So like if you're just slightly off straight up, it's fine. Like this. See how they write into your thing just fine? But the particles don't flow into your gun if your look vector is straight up. Never quite fixed that bug. Oh look. Yeah, I'm voiding stuff, aren't I? I should probably not be voiding that. Let's remove cobblestone from our void for a minute. Ah, there we are. Beautiful. Hello, potential windmill spot. Hello, potential windmill spot. Now, here's what I'm thinking, right? The mechanical bearing, let's see, how does that place? He faces away from the block you click it on. All right, good, he didn't go falling too far. So let's make like a little 3x3 platform up here. I really need some creative flight. Can I have creative flight from the create mod? How would that even work? Nobody knows. There's not a good answer to that question. Okay. So I think I can from here /home, right? And then if I get the stuff I need, like some vertical gearboxes and gear shifts and whatnot, right? And then /back, I go right back where I was. Beautiful. Beautiful. Love it. All right, so if I put you there, and then I vertical gearbox you, like so, then what we should in theory have is a rotational shaft structure that goes straight down the center of that thing. Right? Right? I think so. A rotating 9x9 of cobble. I feel like that might happen, actually. I'm not sure what's about to happen, but something's gonna happen. I need to investigate, right? Like, we need to find out. Is any block valid for this? I don't know. We'll see, though. So, like, my understanding is... Right. So then what we want is to have, like, glue and then cobble. And glue and then cobble. Remember I was talking about how important it is for, like, the little things in mods? That little explosion of glue when you place the block, that's a small, minute detail, which is very yes. That's one of those details that's just, that's the kind of thing that's cool. Okay. All right, so that's not doing much. Progress, 66%. I'm just curious. I'm experimenting. I know this is like a stupid looking windmill. I'm well aware of how stupid this windmill looks. I'm experimenting. I want to understand the mechanics of the mod, and to do so, we need to try silly things like this. It doesn't say 66% anymore. I wonder if it needs to be wool. I wonder if pieces of it need to have wool on it. It may, I just don't know. I don't know the mechanics of it. This should be generating rotational power for me for this. So I shouldn't have to give it rotational power. It should be generating, it's a windmill, so it should be making it. So what I could do is just like expand this out a little bit more just to see. And if this doesn't work, obviously we will try mimicking Shai's design, right? But I just want to understand the mechanics of the thing. It may need wool. It may actually, like, legit actually need wool. And if that's the case, then cool. There we go. You know what I could try doing is equipping my engineer's goggles and tell me what's up. 0 stress units at current speed. Okay. So let's go home and get wool. Does that sound good? Do we have anything that's any semblance of wool? I've got 3 string, which is not really wool. That's not really what I would call wool. I don't think that counts. Those 3 string. That's not even close to an amount of wool that I would feel comfortable calling wool. So let's get some shears and go out into the world looking for wool. And we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We're gonna have a nice cobblestone windmill, and it's gonna be lovely. But step 1, wool. So I'll be back in a few minutes once I find a good source of wool out in the world. All right, guys, we are back, and I've got some wool. I just wandered aimlessly until I found some wool. I've got 22 pieces of wool. Aha! I survived. Woot! So now what we're gonna do, frankly, is just attach said wool to the windmill. And we're gonna see that is a really high jump. I'm gonna die. Aha! I survived. Aha! I survived. I'll get the hang of this jump spell yet. Poor Bailey's making fun of me. Actually, no. I want that back. Whoa! Whoa! I forgot I want a sticky you, right? And let's make sure that this thing does not have a redstone signal applied to it at the moment. Yes. All right, cool. So then we're going to do that. It's beautiful. It's the best looking cobblestone based windmill you could ask for. All right, now let's see if Buddy Windmill wants to spin now that we've got wool attached. Yes. Yes. Okay. So stress capacity 512. 512 at current speed. Okay. So now if I threw that, it's 512 at current speed. Okay. Cool. Cool. Getting the hang of it. And what I want to figure out is what difference this makes, right? Like, does a bigger windmill equals more stress units, or how's this all work? We'll find out. Cool. Aha, you can remove that easily enough. Sweet. Rip. Rip. right? And then you there, and you there. So now that is a bigger windmill. So does that mean you're going to give me, you know, still 512? Interesting. So is it always going to be 512? Is that what we're going to have? Is it's always 512? Well, that's 512 base at current speed. So what I should test now is I should go home and I should get this thing and measure this measurement, right? So this is, as a reminder, 1440 at current speed. If I go back and we remove this guy and we put this dude on him, maybe he has to be facing this way. There we go. 512. Huh. Well, that's not great. So more wool might make it faster, is what I'm being told. Interesting. So does all it care about is wool? That would be my next question. Right? What I'm going to do is expand it. I've got 8 more wool, so I'm going to expand it 2 more on each side off camera. All right, guys, so I expanded this out, right? So now there's 5 wool blocks, and now we're getting 1024 at current speed. So I think the bigger the windmill, the more speed you have, and the more speed you have equals more stress units. Now, the only bummer that I'm going to call out is that this is less than my water wheels, right? Because if I slash home and jump down into my water wheels area, my water wheels, oh wait, slash back. Right? Slash home. My water wheel is like 1440, right? Yeah. So my water wheel has more stress right now than the windmill. But the windmill does look super cool. And the super glue thing is really neat. So I love that mechanic, right? I wonder if there's like a limit to how much it can be, right? Yeah, I wonder. Like, I'm just curious of something. If I remove one of these, like, I need to play with this in creative mode is effectively what I need. That's 1024 still. Yeah, like what I need to do is have like literally just unlimited and then just determine if there's a limit. Okay, that's still cool though. It's still cool. All right, let me think about this for a minute. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna jump into creative mode for a minute, guys. I'm recording, so nobody can call me out for cheating. Well, I mean, you can if you want, be my guest. But I want to like expand this out a little bit more, right? Let's make sure that we have enough room. I want to see if we can really bump this out, right? So what I'm gonna do is do 1, 2. So that'll be a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm curious if it's like every 3 blocks is plus 512. Does that make sense? Because like we had 3 and we were at 512, and then we had 5 and we were at 1024. And then I did 4 and we were at 1024. So I think it's like every 3 blocks equals another 512. Right? So if I make this 7, that should be, you know, that should be cool, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I could try gluing the offhand. That's not a bad suggestion. That look cool. So what do we got now? Ah, 1536. Haha. Look at that. Okay, cool. Oh, wow, look at that. It does the thing automatically. Well, that is just clever. That is just clever. Why is everything in this mod so clever? Why is everything in this mod so clever? Right? Now we're at 2048. Haha. Now I'm like wondering, like, is there a limit or what's the deal? Did I do up here already? I don't even know. 2048 might be the limit. Let me just do one more out, and then we'll know for sure. Right? We're sciencing it, guys. This is all in the name of science. Ah, 2560. No, it is not limited at 2048. I felt like it might be, but it's not. That's interesting. Right? Now, what if I did something like this? Right? Right? Because I got to imagine it's like, in some way, shape, or form, counting wool blocks, right? 5120. Oh, now we might be talking. Now we might be talking. I think it's counting wool blocks, right? So that's cool. That's pretty cool, 5120. Plus, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Now, what if we turn this off when we made them fence post? Will that make a difference, right? So 5120 is where we're at right now. My suspicion is it's not going to matter. But we're going to cheat in some fence posts. It's wood. I've got a limit of it, so nobody complain too much. Okay. $51.20. Same thing. So the material doesn't really matter. I think all that counts, all that matters, right, is how many wool blocks you've got. So then next experiment will be, what if we put more wool blocks on this? So just for the sake of looking cool, right, what we're going to do is just replace this cobble with wood. Just because I'm mathing out and sciencing out and playing. We're playing with Forgecraft-y, experiment-y stuff. Look at the glue being all smart and being like, yeah, no. Yeah, now we definitely lost some of the glue attachments on some things. I'm just curious, like, what happens now? No, he's pretty good. 4608. So I think that's probably because there's a few glues missing here. Yeah. Does that fix it a little bit? 4608? Probably. Oh, there's part of the problem. $51.20. Nice. Nice. That looks pretty good, right? That looks pretty good. What's interesting is, like, they must be glued to each other, so I think it's fine. Yeah, it must be fine. It's all good. It's all good. We're fine. That works. So that is pretty good if you build it big enough. So now here's the next question. What happens if we do this? Right? This is next question, Reno. Oh, you don't say. Oh, you don't say. That is interesting. What I'm probably going to do is just leave this windmill because I've built it all now, and I'm going to go spend a bunch of off-camera work just getting wool and voiding it. Because frankly, none of this is super expensive resource-wise. But having creative flight is definitely something you want if you're doing this. Oh, hello. That's neat looking, isn't it? All right, let's try it out. Oh, 8192. Hello. Hello. That thing actually spins pretty quick. Does it hit the player? Oh, it totally hits the player. Ah, that's funny. Man, that is just beautiful right there. That is a thing of beauty. Is there a limit here? Like, when am I going to run into what is apparently a limit? When am I going to run into what is apparently a limit? I think 8192 is the limit. I think we ran into the limit. I think that is your limit. 8192 is your answer. 8192 appears to be the max. Yeah, 8192 appears to be the max. Either that or, like, I've hit some kind of other limit, right? But that's pretty cool. Didn't I do both sides? Or am I stupid? I might be stupid. Oh, yeah, no, here it is. Yeah. 8192, looking cool. Now, just for giggles, we're going to do one more thing. And this should also still be 8192. Yes, 8192. Cool. Now, I don't know where the extra long one is, because I are derp. I are mega derp. Where did it go? Is it this side? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It might be down at the bottom. What? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This was it. Cool. And that should be an 8192, so that's as big as the windmill gets. So the more wool blocks you put on it, the faster it spins. And the faster the spin, the more rotational energy you're going to get, which is all the cool stuff that you want. Neato burritos. And then we're going to get a vertical gear shaft here. And then you're cooking. And then you're rotating. And that's cool. And I'm going to delete my vertical gear shaft because technically that is a cheat. And yes, I technically cheated in some wool. Sorry. I'm going to stick with it, though, because it's cool. All right, let's get back into survival. Because that is cool beans. And what we're going to want is a lot of shafts. So let's slash home. I'm going to void my glue here, because I'm sure I used a significant amount of it. I'm sure I used a significant amount of it. I need more andesite alloy, which is a bunch of andesite and a bunch of iron nuggets, because we're going to need a lot of those things, right? So andesite, do we have andesite? I should probably absolutely take andesite off my filter of voiding. But I'll probably put that back. Where can I get andesite? So like a sneaky, it's diorite and cobblestone. So that's a thing that I just learned. Is that like a vanilla recipe, or is that like somebody decided that they wanted to make it so you could do that recipe? Is that a legit vanilla recipe? Well, that's pretty awesome right there. That's a vanilla recipe? That's cool. Today I learned Steve is stronger than we thought. So /back, and then we can start running our shafts because we can make these, right, in large quantities now. And then I'm just gonna, oh, can't make that jump. Sweet. And this will be my windmill. All right, let me build this down to my lower level here. And we'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. So now what I'm gonna do is plug in my vertical gearbox. And look, windmill powered. Woot, it's working. Now I've got some reversing to do because mess, right? But I could absolutely have that come down, speed it up, because the stress units should support a hefty amount of speed increases, and we can definitely make this a little bit tidier now, right? Does that sound like a plan? I think it sounds like a plan. All right, so I'm going to call that wrapping up point for the episode. What I'm going to do is come back next time, and we should be able to put that speed measurement thingy on here now so that we can get a good, accurate reading of how much we're using, and then we can keep an eye on our stress levels, right? I'm high stressed, guys. I'm high stressed. So if I put you there, oh, look at that, cool. Low, 11%. Nice. We're only using 11%. And if I break this, it's at 0%. Perfectly exactly what I would expect to see. So what's cool is this doesn't have to go in between the gearbox and the gear that's turning. He measures the entire network as a whole. Amazing. Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We will come back next time to, I don't even know, keep on playing with Create because I'm having so much fun with it. And this is reversed, so we need to, yes, not that direction it. But like I need to clean up this whole mess. So how about next episode we come back, we clean up this ridiculous mess that we call the Create system and make it something a little bit more presentable. All right, guys. Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.